it's time to start your virtual engines because we've got the biggest championship that you didn't even know about, and it starts very soon. 8 rounds. We're going to be going all the way live tonight. It's the Asrnz, an 8-round championship, and there's everything to play for. So cheers to that as we hand it over to your commentary team, Davo and the gentleman.
Thanks very much, Chad, once again, and good evening and welcome everyone again to tonight's official coverage of Asrnz's 2022 GT3 series. It's round 8. We're at Misano and it is the final round of the series, so a lot to play for the boys tonight. The points are definitely close up and down throughout the field. Double points on offer tonight, with it being an enduro round, of course. We're a couple of enduro rounds to finish off the season. So, yeah, like I mentioned, plenty to play for. Round 8. Final round here at Misano. The boys are in driver brief at the moment. We will bring up, I think, the driver standings, and let's just have a quick look at that. As you can see, John McDonald currently leading the points with Vic Chan closely behind. Like I already mentioned, very close points there between the two of them, so plenty to play for. Also, I think between Brad Robinson and Steve Wilton for the Pro-Am Championship, and we also have Lucas R and Bobby Laycock, you know, punching it out for the AM series. So, yeah, plenty going on here for the last round. It's been a great series so far and all up. And we must thank all you guys that have stuck with us here on the live streams, viewing with us on live on YouTube each Thursday night. So, yeah, thanks very much for joining us. And thanks very much for joining. I'm Davo, and thanks very much for joining us tonight, J-Man. Once again.
Mate. Yeah. Good to be here, Davo, as usual. Just yeah, a little bit surreal that it's already the final round, mate.
Yes, quick as a flash. 8 rounds doesn't take long to whip through. It seems like it was only a couple of weeks ago, but here we are, round 8. We've done, this is the 4th enduro. We've done 4 sprint rounds already as well. And here we are, round 8 at Misano. J-Man, we've got the overall driver standings up at the moment, and we'll try and run through the whole thing there. I think I've got a couple of pages there, but a lot of these boys towards the end here haven't turned up a lot. So, but yeah, of course, we've got John McDonald and Vic Chan very close together in the points. J-Man, Dave Zero, Ethan Cale in 3rd and 4th, Jamie Cozza and Steve Wilton equal 5th at the moment.
Yeah. No, there's like you said, there's there's a few equals in there. Or, there's guys that are only a little bit apart. I'm just bringing up my graphics as you speak, Davo. So I'm just
yep. And we got Shane in the Porsche in 7th, Brad Robinson in 8th, Steve Melling in 9th, 10th is Jordan Moss, Vaughan Martin in 11th, Mark Mudgeway in 12th, Lucas Saar, Bobby Laycock, Dylan Martin, Sam Carson, Jake McKellar. It goes on. 18th is Brendan Rolfe, Bear Grylls in 19th, Jarkus in 20th, equal with Kenny Simpson at the moment, Mike King in 22nd, Aaron Enright 23rd, 24th is Pats, 25th is Matt Cook, Aztec in 26th, equal with Luke Di Berardino. We have Ryan Gibrasson at 28th, 29th is Maxwell Hawkins, 30th is Mule, 30th is Jeff Burst, 32nd is Nick McIndoe. I'm running out of breath. Mark Joscove at 33rd, and rounding out at Ashley Rediker. Like I said, a lot of the boys down the back here not turning up for most of the season. But look, J-Man, Plenty of battles throughout the field. The obvious one at the top of the list at the moment.
Yeah, well, look, the 5-point swing, I guess, for John McDonald and Vic Chan is
Yep.
the obvious one right now at the top of the pro league, and so many scenarios to play out tonight, Davo.
Isn't there what?
We were fortunate enough for our statisticians, aka Daniel, Dave Zero's brother, to actually kindly come up with some real cool stats. Actually,
some very cool stats. We'll get to a little bit later, but
yeah.
We've also, so that is the obvious, that's the white elephant in the room at the moment, the John McDonald, Victor Chan battle. Pro-Am battle is relatively close as well, J-Man, with Steve Wilton.
When you look at it, Steve Wilton, 313 plays 302 to Brad Robertson, and 296 back to Steve-O. So Steve-O's still mathematically in the hunt.
For sure.
Even for a P1 tonight, give or take, some issues. And,
yep.
But
definitely on the podium, nonetheless.
Yep.
So
definitely, I think that's clearly going to be your Pro-Am podium. I can't see that changing, other than potentially the order of that changing.
Very likely. You're right.
Likewise with John McDonald and Vic. I think the big battle, tonight at the top of town will be whether Dave Zero can maintain that third position.
Yes, definitely noted.
Clearly a lot of support from the ELS boys, and rightfully so. I've played wingman in the Breakfast Crew team before, and I've also, had support from them. So, we are one big family, but inside this family there are definitely branches that work functionally very, very well.
Absolutely. As we just move on to the amateur standings, which are extremely close, with Lucas and Bobby Laycock extremely close in points for the AM Championship.
And with absentees tonight of Brendan Rolfe, Bear Grylls.
Yeah. Nothing's going to change there. But these guys both in server tonight, both on track. So watch that space as well. So we have battles all the way through the field, J-Man, as we always do. But the points are actually quite close between these podium positions for the classes. So definitely one to watch.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I mean, we've got, like we said, there's multiple things that we'll touch on through the night, scenarios of attacking and defense.
Of course we will.
Up and down the field. So, but right now we have, I guess, got the first arm wrestle going on, which is a 15-minute open qualifying
It is.
session.
As we just go on track with the boys now. I just think I saw Dave Zero run across the line, puts himself into first provisionally after a couple of laps. J-Man, not too bad. Just a quick note, ladies and gentlemen, that car looks like it has been themed tonight, so it's going to be the red and green. So I hesitate to say that's to replicate the Italian flag. Good on you, Dave Zero. Go, my friend.
Yeah, home track for Dave, I believe. I think this is as close to home as it gets. So Dave
nice.
Flying his country colours with pride tonight. So good to see the 87 car out there showing its wear.
Yeah,
and like to welcome our live viewers tonight, starting with Mr. Ian Wilson. So good to see you on the stream tonight. We welcome all our viewers live or delayed. It's always good to have you.
Absolutely, and thanks for tuning in. Actually, quick shout out to all the viewers that have been following us throughout the series and all year, all 2022. To be honest, J-Man, we just do it because we love it. But it's awesome that you guys tune in and have a bit of a laugh with us and get a bit of entertainment out of it. So. Yeah, shout out to all the viewers. Thank you guys, and join us again next year. We're not going anywhere, so hopefully we'll see you then in 2023.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe and click the notification buttons on the Asrnz feed too, because there's likely going to be some one-off sort of fun races or fixtures during the off season. We call it the off season, but it's effectively the silly season. Some of the guys have a little bit more time up their hands and like to do something. And yeah, we'll certainly keep that button ready, because if you got your prompts up, you'll know when we go live, and there's every chance that we can do an unscheduled one, Davo?
Oh, look, no doubt. Everyone's on holidays, and the boys just want to race anyway. And well, what are we going to do if they're racing? Of course, we're going to stream it and watch it. So yeah, tune in. Okay, so we've got about
Vic Chan at the top now.
Yeah, Vic Chan at the top. We've got about a little over 8.5 minutes to go in quali. Jamie well up on his time as well in the Ferrari.
Oh, he is. He's well up. Yep, he's got a good 4 tenths in hand at the moment, which would see him, 5 tenths, which see him certainly drop into maybe not. Oh, we see Ethan Cale into the pits, so he's driven the car back. So is Vic. I don't know.
Yeah, Vic's in the pits already.
I don't think they would have given it away. I think that will be for a fresh shed of tyres and another lighter fuel load, because you know these boys will be running light.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, so I just see Zero in. Mark Muddy had actually just pipped him.
Oh, this might take Jamie to the top.
So yeah, Jamie well up on his time at the moment.
Well,
no, yes.
Not a lot on that.
Yeah, Vic's time there. Whew.
Yeah. And I do believe you have got second and third position currently. Jamie Coaster's carrying 30 kilos tonight. Ethan Cowell's carrying 20. John McDonald carrying 25. So that's made up from your success ballast out of the podium from the previous round at Circuit of the Americas.
Yep.
So I'll be interested to see how Jamie's Ferrari copes with that 30 kilos plus around. We could estimate that per run, obviously as a mandatory pit stop here tonight, Davo, that I would think they'd be somewhere around the 60 to 65 litres on any given stint.
Yep.
So you might as well say that, if the boys are on 60 kilos, 60 litres, that's about 60 kgs of mass in the tank. He'd be equivalent of about 90 kilos. So it's about another half a stint's worth of fuel weight in that car. So it will be a factor. It will be a factor on tyre wear, and it'll be a factor on maybe how that thing punches off the corner. Or,
of course. Or brakes and turns in. Yeah.
But at the meantime, he's doing a fantastic job up there in P2.
Yes, he is, as he just brings the car into the pit lane again. Nice controlled stop there. A little bit of practice there, I think, maybe J-Man too as well. Just these guys running in. It's always good practice, isn't it? Just to get these, sharpen up your stopping skills. That can be difficult here.
Yeah, just catching up with Daniel on the chat box on the live stream. Not sure if you caught
welcome,
it, but
Daniel.
Welcome, and we really appreciate the stats and work that you've done behind the scenes for us in relation to the points and stuff with your brother. And looking forward to touching base on some of those scenarios that you've put together for us. So
the notes, yes, definitely. And thanks very much.
Brad Robertson looking very much
very pointy as second in the Pro-Am Championship standings at the moment. Looking, he's sort of really shown some discipline towards the end of the season. I personally think he's got better and made a good showing in the AMS2 stuff that we did earlier in the year. But mate, look at his pace now. Look where he's sitting and who he's amongst here. Pro-Am car in amongst a bunch of pro drivers there, J-Man.
Yeah, I'm also looking at the fact that, at the gap, we're only talking minimal points from him to Farmer, but I'm looking at the distance between him and Farmer on the official qualifying board at the moment.
It's a long way.
A long way.
It is a long way.
Yeah.
So, and I've noticed the sister car, and look, and we really should space on this because John McDonald, leading the championship and not looking like he's that comfortable in qualifying at the moment. J-Man languishing back in 10th. Only got 4 minutes to go, and that car does not look very speedy, does it, mate?
No, look, he's lining up now for another run. This is effectively an outlet that he's on, and he's going to have another go. So starts the lap off in the green, which is, you know, good. You always want to start off on the front chute on a positive note with your delta. But
of course,
you know, knowing John as well as we do, he would look to improve late in the piece. But I just don't know that Lexus has got the pace here tonight. But we know he's got the racecraft, so
absolutely, and it will be an interesting watch to see how if what we think is that car's not quite up to speed here compared to other cars, how he manages it and how he finishes it off, you know, for the final round of the series. J-Man, round 8, Misano here, points are tight. These guys will be watching what each other's teams are doing, no doubt. We're keeping an eye on these sector times and what's going on.
Yeah, so, you know, when we look at, so when I look down through the list already without touching on any of the attack and defense data that we've had, just at a glance looking, you know, Vic Chan, Jamie Kosa, Ethan Cale, Shane, are certainly all EOS drivers, you know, from that stable, and they're all going to look after each other. You know, where would we look for John McDonald to get support? Yep. I would think, knowing what we know, he'll get support from Dave, he'll get it from Brad, he'll get it from Mudgee. You know, picking on the guys that are up there at the moment.
Yep.
So he doesn't have a lot of support, but he does have some. You know, so he could only hope that Mudgee gets in there and mixes it up. We know that Dave Zero is a great starter off the rolling formation, so he might make a place or two off the start line and mix it up.
Yeah, or at least shake it up a little bit up the top there and into 1 and 2, because it's a tricky little series of corners there, J-Man. So, yeah, interesting scenarios. That's for sure.
Yeah. That 32.977 is almost as good as I've seen on the time boards all week. So, but clearly, that 4th place that he took last week, coming into here with no weight, certainly going to help him in his championship aspirations tonight. And look, all he can do is go out and try and win this thing. That's as much as he can do tonight. He can't,
for sure. Yeah.
You know, he can't do anything other than that. That's the best job he can possibly do. And the likes of Jamie, Ethan, Shane and co, you know, they're going to obviously do their level best to support him and put their cars in between him and the McDonald Lexus. But
for sure,
as we see, Jamie is going quicker. So, you know, I said to you off camera earlier, you know, these guys are all racers. At some point during the race, do egos get in the way of Jamie just gets a kicker off the curb there, and that deletes that lap, so he will not improve.
It's those funny little ribbing on the outside of the curb there.
Yep, the Valley curbs.
And it just snaps the front end across, and it looked like he had a pretty reasonable trajectory there, didn't he? And it really just threw the car offline, and there goes the lap. As we wind down, 13 seconds to go. Vic Chan, Jamie Cossa, Ethan Cale, Dave Zero, Shane, Brad Robinson, Mudgee, Sam Carson, Jordan Moss, Vaughan Martin, John McDonald, Steve Wilton, Steve Melling, Lucas Saar, Kenny Simpson, Bobby Laycock. As qualifying finishes, some of these boys still got a lap up their sleeve. As we see Jamie back into the pits, he's had a few little practice pit stops. Well, he's coming in, obviously, ultimately now, and came in for tyres. But yeah, Good stuff.
So
Couple of
where
guys out on
is-
track still. Dave Zero out on track and Shane in the port, I think. Yes, sorry, Jamie.
No, I I'm still stuck on this bloody leaderboard page, and I couldn't help but think, just looking at Lucas Saar and Bobby Laycock, 174 plays 171. So we've only got a few points between those guys for first and second in this AM Championship, and currently sitting P14 and P16. And as I alluded to off air earlier, this track, I've seen a lot of track cuts in official practice and also during this qualifying session. I just don't think you can write anything off right now. I'm still saying that Bob's a chance to win this AM Championship if Lucas has got definite pace over him, but if anything goes wrong, it's there for Bob to take this.
Oh, look, anything could happen tonight, J-Man. You're absolutely right there, my friend. Yeah, track cuts. Look, it's just interesting to watch. Like we've just seen such awesome pace from some of the guys up the front. You wonder how light their setups are and how twitchy and how they're going to manage their tyres. Has John McDonald just got a conservative setup? Is he just playing a long game? We just don't know. We don't know, but we can't wait. So the boys are going to just have a bit of a stop on the grid there. Let's just pull up another page here for a bit.
Yeah, so great job by Vic Chan. Like I said, the best job he could do tonight is go out there and win this thing. He can't do any more than that, and he started off with the best possible way by putting that thing on pole with a stunning lap of a 32. 32. Give me a look
32.9. Yeah.
977.
Yep.
So that is an amazing lap.
Yeah, and no surprise. Look, we've seen Vic definitely rise to the challenge throughout the series, and once again we see him dominate that qualifying. He's on the front row of the grid. The track is a pretty flurry track. It actually has some good passing opportunities, so you expect some good quality side-by-side racing here, J-Man.
Yeah, I think initially there will be. I think you're going to see the pack potentially. It's such a fast track, and likely to be optimum pretty quickly, as we've seen during the week. That I think your front four, actually I'm going to call it your front five, are probably going to break out. I think Jamie's got the potential to go with Vic for a little bit, but I want to see what that weight does to him. And then
yes, of course, yep.
I think Dave Zero deserves to be there. I think he's got legit pace, and then the battle will be.
And like you already mentioned, he starts so well too. So
he does.
Yeah.
And I mean, expect to see him from that left-hand side of the grid on row 2, try to sweep round the outside of Ethan Cale and take away his rights into the next left-hander. Bit of a classic Misano move there if you can get it done at the start of the race.
For sure.
When the car on the inside is clearly offline. Once we get to race pace, obviously everybody hugs the left-hand side to go for the sweeping arc around that turn 1 right-hander. But Day Zero is a great starter, and I think look to see some fireworks. And if we were 2 rounds ago, I would say not so much. He'd probably be a little bit. He'd consolidate a bit because he was down to his last license point before he had to set out a quali, but there's currently no qualifications left because the season's done after this, so I feel like it's kind of gloves off.
Oh, for sure, and what a great opportunity to give it a crack, like you're alluding to, mate, and and the man to do it. Look, the boys just coming around for their formation lap. It's pretty quick flurry track this, so I don't know how many kilometres. How long is this track, Jamie? Doesn't seem very long, but the average speed's up, so they do it fairly quickly. Yeah,
so a minute and a half-ish, sort of just over, is by the standards compared to what we were at Coda the other week. Is pretty quick. Have a look here at my data. Okay.
Fairly orderly line tonight so far.
The Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli is a 2.59 mile, which is 4.16 k. So it is a pretty big track.
Yeah,
it's a road course operating since 1969 in the town of Misano. On a 4-hour ride from Rome, Italy, it is the venue for the MotoGP of San Marino, run at Misano intermittently since about 1981, every year since 2007. And the warm temperate climate of the region is ideal for motorsports.
awesome.
It has no dry season. So there you go. It is around 4.1 Ks. So
fairly long lap as the boys just start rounding it out. Vic starting to control the pace of the pack here. A couple of little twisty bends towards the end of this lap here, J-Man. We're going to get up in the heli, drop back, probably to Dave Zero, just see how he goes on the jump here. We've got 16 cars on grid tonight. This is the final round.
Yeah, here we go.
Of the Asrnz GT3 series as they round the final corner. Lined up.
Good looking formation for the final round.
Good looking formation. Absolutely right. We're going to get a green any moment now, J-Man. And we are racing. Again, the Audi with a bit of punch gets up in behind Coaster there. John McDonald actually not too bad, but it looks like Steve Wilton might duck down the inside if he's not careful. Bunching a little bit at the back in the midfield there.
Shane picked Dave's pocket there. Did the opposing move that Dave would do?
Yeah, Shane passed Dave. And look at Brad Robinson putting heat on the Vegemite car.
Oh yeah.
Muddy. So good clean start. Nice bunched up field.
Was that Vaughan going defensive already on John McDonald?
It looks like it. And who's that?
Sam Carson. In there as well in the red.
It is. Yeah, that's it. Sam Carson. So yeah, a little bit of bunching just there at the back end of the mid pack.
Dave and Brad and Mudgy.
Brad and Mudgy at it already.
Maybe a little bit of paint swap there.
As they come down to this really fast double right-hander.
Oh, Mudgy living on the outside the whole way around there.
Oh, and then into this tight hairpin. He's trying to stay there because he's got the left after it, but that line's just a little bit too tight. What a battle. This is lap one of gosh, how much time have they got to go? This is an enduro, guys. Settle down.
That was lap one.
That was lap one. Into lap one. So nice work. Brad's fighting for it. Go, Brad. Pro-Am driver, Brad Robinson. Nice work. Big Chan out in front.
Yeah.
Hasn't stepped out too fast so far in that lap one.
No, not massively.
Not too many shenanigans from the boys around all of those guys in situ, all teammates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to Jamie in the green Ferrari. Dave Zero in the new Italian flag themed Audi there tonight. Awesome work.
Yeah, paying homage to Italy and the great Valentino Rossi with that paint job. So yeah, great tribute paint job there. So just looking here, I'm just watching the margin with close eyes on Vic and Ethan. Remembering that Vic's got no weight, Ethan's got a pile. What has he got? Ethan has got, Ethan's got 20 kilos on, so Damien Kosa's 30. So Shane doing a great job at the start of that race to make a good couple of positions on lap one, sitting currently P3. So it's a great start from Shane.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the move on 0 straight away definitely helped that progress.
Yeah, so Dave coming under a fair bit of pressure now from Brad, Davo.
Yeah, just I had eyes on that before. He's just the track is so flowy. They just cannot get a. You don't have that punch out of the corner. There's no mistake. Very difficult to get up beside. There's plenty of track for a braking move if you can get up beside him, J-Man. So yeah, nice work. And I just noticed we were just what John McDonald actually just really trying to push Jordan Moss into a mistake to get past again. Just really can't make enough gain to get the nose up beside the car in front. So difficult situation. A little bit of a spread between the cars already. Opened up nicely. It's business as usual.
Yeah, so basically, John McDonald, for the viewers, that if you're just picking up on this and you want to know where this thing lays as far as a championship with 85-point swing, John needs a top 3 to guarantee first place, or no more than 2 positions between him and Vic, which clearly isn't happening right now. Vic, on the other hand, as the attacker, has to put 3 cars between himself and John to steal first place. So he's doing a great job of that right now with plenty of support from his team members. And I guess the third part of that equation would be Dave Zero. Now, Dave, in a defensive term, he needs a top 6 to guarantee third place, and no more than 5 positions gap from Ethan and 6 from Jamie and Steve. So Dave is doing everything he needs to right now.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely looking towards that position right now, isn't he, J-Man?
Yeah. Like he's well on track at the moment. He's in 5th. Obviously got pressure from Brad, but he could afford to still.
This little battle. Sorry to cut you off there, J-Man. 9th, 10th. Jordan Moss, Sam Carson, Vaughan Martin is heating up. They've just bunched up a little bit. These guys.
Yes, they have. John, I'm watching brief.
Yeah. And Vaughan Martin is getting impatient. He wants to make that happen. Yet. Well, he has lost a spot. I think he actually had got. Oh yeah, he's lost 2 now. So he's gone back. Sam's got past him. Jordan's got past him.
Yep.
Because he was in front of that crew there.
Yep.
Now John's gone past him as well, and Steve Wilton lining up to be the next.
Yeah, well, that's the sister car. That's the team car for the Marmite car, as well as obviously Mark Budgeway's in that breakfast crew as well. So Farmer would like to probably shadow him and try and help him where he can, but
yeah, he can only do so much. Now we've got a couple other little battle tightening up here between Shane in the Porsche and Jamie in the green Ferrari, getting close. Also Dave Zero and Brad Robinson again, just seesawing through the lap, like early in the lap. Robinson's right up behind him, and the Audi seems to power away, but back to Shane and Jamie. These guys could go. They both quality drivers. This could go on the whole race, this battle here, I think, J-Man. These cars look very equally matched at the moment. Doesn't look like Shane's really holding up that Ferrari a hell of a lot.
No. So I'll be interested to see, we've talked all season long about at times we felt like obviously sitting in this position we get a unique view of what's going on.
We do.
And I've often thought that certain cars should have made pit stops at different times. It'll be interesting to see tonight whether John decides to get out from underneath these 2 McLarens.
Get out, because this is a fierce little battle going on here. Like I said, Vaughan's body language is looking very impatient. These guys very, very tightly packed as well on track at the moment, and that's not conducive to fast lap times, mate. You know, like no slightest mistake, shit goes down pretty quickly.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. So nice work from all. Very tight stuff. McDonald now, who's he putting pressure on? It's Jordan Moss in the Red Bull McLaren. Look, he's been following that car the whole race so far and not really been able to make any headway on it. Jordan not really, or just tagging along behind Sam Carson in another McLaren. So, you know, I think these guys are pretty comfy up the front there where they are in that mid-pack there, Joe Man.
Yeah, I think the McLarens look really, really good tonight.
Yeah.
I think, you know, like watching them in practice, official practice, and then seeing some of the times earlier on, I think they're quite suited to the track. Very good through the triple right-handers round the back. Obviously, I did watch the Lexus, got good pace down there, so is the BMW. So, yeah, I think, you know, we're going to see probably more passing from this phase on in the pit stops, and then with potential mistakes. And something that we haven't really talked about much, we did touch on it, is that I've seen a lot of track cuts in official practice and in the qualifying session, and you know, these guys only get 4 strikes before they have to trundle through the pit lane on the 5th. So
that's right. That's right.
And it's a long pit lane.
It's a friggin' long pit lane, eh? And you push it too far, then you're in for a drive-through, and then it's an even longer pit lane because you're stopping. Stop-go, should I say? You'll be stopping for 30 seconds. So yes, the guys have got to be careful.
Yep. So Vic Job doing a great job at the moment. Like I said, everything he can do is go out there and win it. He's 2.4 seconds ahead of his fellow Honda teammate Ethan Cowell, who's got about 2.1 seconds up the road from Shane, who has only got about a half a second back to Jamie, right on his rear bumper. I don't think you need the delta to tell you how close that battle is.
Nope. Like I said, I think I can see that little battle going on the whole race. As I think this little Dave Zero, Brad Robinson, these cars are very equally matched tonight.
Yep.
Those two pairs of cars. Mudgy in a bit of clean air. He's just found himself in an odd spot there in the Vegemite Porsche. And then we go back to this. The Sam Carson, Jordan Moss, John McDonald, Vaughan Martin.
Who's under massive attack from Farmer now.
Steve Wilton. And Melling's not that far behind that, J-Man. He's a sweep car at the moment. He's just waiting for Eddie Crumbs. So Steve Melling in 16th. Lucas, I think we saw back a shot a little bit earlier, have a little bit of a snap moment into the final corner, ended up out in the sand. Didn't look like he'd make any contact with the wall. The car looks very pristine still, so gathered it up nicely. Kenny Simpson in 5th, Bobby Laycock in 16th, and we have Aztec in the pits. No, he won't be in the pits. So yes, 15th, 16th, very nice work.
Yeah, so Vic Chan with the fastest lap of the race right now with a 33.590, so that's a really, really good lap given the fact that they've got a fair bit of fuel on board at the moment. So it's a solid lap time around here.
It is, especially with that fuel load, like you said.
Yeah, Ethan, but not too far off it on a 33.9. So
what's that? Not much, 4/10 or so.
4/10 with bloody 20 odd kilos. But Jamie's still monstering the back of Shane.
Yeah.
So pit lane's open. Who do we see go first? Do we have an early stopper, you think?
Look, I sort of like your call with the John McDonald thing.
Get out of it, you think?
Look, I don't think he has a hell of a lot of pace on anybody, but that is a busy part of the track at the moment, J-Man, and you know, like any gain's a good gain. I think if you can get out of that little fight there. I'm just wondering whether a couple of other guys come in as well in that battle. So actually, just shoot back into John McDonald's car on the back of Jordan Moss. It doesn't look like these McLarens are holding him up.
No.
So
for me, if I was going, although he probably can't because of his weight and his fuel load, the 551 car of Jamie is definitely being at times held up by the Porsche.
Marginally,
so
yeah.
Once he gets into his fuel window where he can do it comfortably, I think he needs to probably get out of that. And I think.
Well, that's another thing, you know, like it's easy for us to sit back and go, oh, they should be getting out of it. But, you know, thinking about the fuel window, that wheel of tyre, it's like we've got an hour still to go, hour and 30 seconds to be precise. So,
yeah, well, fuel's time certain, so fuel's definitely 25 seconds. It's only another 5 seconds for tyres, and I think for the better part, you'll see most guys grab rubber with these relatively warm conditions and optimum track conditions. They want a good tyre at the back end of this race. So I think it'll be all about that fuel window. We know that once they've peeled off probably the better part of 15-20 minutes, that they can do it on fuel, but it's just whether or not the car's too heavy, having potentially, I don't know, 100 litres in the tank as opposed to, well, not 100, but probably 90 litres as opposed to potential 60. So just where am I looking here? What did I see there? I thought I just saw something there. I just saw Brad Robertson just crush that gap down again on day 0.
I think Dave had a little bit of a wriggle into that double right-hander down the end, back there a couple of corners ago. Just saw it in back a shot. Maybe under brakes, maybe clipped the inside ripple strip because got a little bit of a chase into that braking area there. So that's really let Brad in for a sniff again, hasn't it, J-Man, as they round the final corner for another lap here. 10 laps in.
Yeah, 100%. I think your closest battle's still on tracks, Jamie and Shane, and then obviously Brad and Dave 0.
These two here, for sure. The other would definitely be back in that John McDonald, Jordan Moss, Sam Carson battle. Those three cars are still... See how they've actually pulled away?
Yeah, from John.
Well, no, but even John's pulled away from Vaughan Martin and Steve Wilton. Those three have sort of stuck together a little bit. As I just see John McDonald's car in the background step off that ripple strip, that fast left to the back straight, and so easily get a cut warning there, can't you, J-Man, stepping off the outside of that ripple strip. So yeah, well,
this big GP style track is so inviting for these guys to use every last little piece, you know, with obviously concrete aprons and AstroTurf off the exits. It just invites them to let the steering open up as they're applying the throttle and really push the boundaries.
Yep. Definitely. Some cars do it a lot better than others and look a lot more settled than others.
Jamie has got Shane. We missed that, but he has got him.
Yep.
So he definitely got that done. So he got that done somewhere on track. So apologies, guys, that we didn't catch that. We can't catch everything, but we knew that battle was pretty hot and it was going to go a long way. So it'll be interesting to see where Jamie can go from here. He has got around about 3.7 seconds up the road to Ethan.
Okay, so those cars will move apart a little bit because, like you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, there was a little bit of a hold up behind the Porsche for the Ferrari, Jamie's car. So he would no doubt stretch that a little bit. Not so much these two guys here behind him, Dave Zero and Brad Robinson. These guys are staying very close together And again, we just go back to this Sam Carson, Jordan Moss battle. These guys actually have got very close in recent laps.
Yeah, and their pace is borderline just identical. Like all of them ran the last lap 35.3s. John, Jordan and Sam all running 35.3. So absolutely mirroring each other's pace. You could argue that Jordan's pace is dictated by Sam's. John, I feel like that's about maybe where his pace is right now. It looks like at the end of the back straight into the fast rights, he gets held up. But the McLaren's changed direction in the first two sectors very, very well. So I don't, I don't think there's much to be had there.
Definitely not.
So
I do agree.
Jamie, since being released from Shane, has already made 3.5 to 4 tenths in on Ethan. So
yeah, look, that was to be expected.
7 tenths, yep. So 34.4 plays a 33.9 for Ethan and Jamie. So, with 55.5 minutes left to go in this race, you bet that Jamie can probably get up there and play for second position with Ethan on this. Vic, on the other hand,
you would think so.
I think he's got this thing under control with just about a 5-second margin over Ethan. I think it's meat and drink for Vic at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Dave, Brad Robinson, just crushing that margin at times on Dave Zero.
Yeah, still. I just said we can see him back a shot there actually as we were focused on Jamie there, and just continuing that seesaw throughout the lap. Audi, plenty of straight line pace.
What was he? See a move? We see a move from Jordan Moss up the inside of Sam Carson.
Here. Oh, and there's a bit of contact.
He gathers it up.
He gets it up nicely, actually. Well done, Sam, there, because a little bit of too much gas there could have had him around. We'll just see.
I think the move was on.
I think the move was on as well. Let's go and have a look at a bit of a replay of that, J-Man.
All right, mate. Let's do it.
Down the inside to the first fast right-hand king.
Yep.
And who the second one. Oh, yeah, just probably didn't quite have enough road to pull it off, but still well up and past the car. So, the move was on, like J-Man said. As we go back to regular viewing.
Oh, so Sam straight away going back into attack mode on the 27 car of John McDonald. So,
I think that McLaren's got more pace than the Lexus anyway. So, if he could pull the pass off, it's well within the capabilities of the car, I think.
Ooh, as Sam just has a big moment.
There's a bit of a wriggle. It looked almost like a bit of a lag spike on the stream there, actually. But definitely
was a half a lose though on the rear end.
It got a bit slippy, didn't it?
Let's just pull that brake bias a little bit forward there, Samo.
So that look, and we talked about a little bit earlier about how when these cars are bunched, even when they got equal pace like this, and they really weren't challenging each other, so to speak, as we just see Sam, I think it is, rolling into the pit lane. I would suspect that is the first pit stop of the race there, J-Man.
It is, and as you allude to that, he is coming in there. I can tell you now, Ethan Cale has got nowhere near the pace of the guys around him. And Jamie has evaporated that margin down to 1.1 seconds.
Look where he is.
Yeah, and, and Shane's actually on a 34.0 as well. He mimicked Jamie's time, and he's going with. So
yeah, nice. I'll just jump in and have a look at this Ferrari, the way it gets off the corner. Plenty of punch in the straight line. Does everything. The Honda's not shabby at all, but look at this Ferrari. with Jamie at the wheel.
And that thing's carrying 30 kilos.
It's carrying 30 kilos as well. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
As Sam Carson exits the pits, it'll be interesting to see where he comes out here. Long pit lane, don't get to release the pit limiter to well up the chute at this track.
Yeah, it is a long lane, isn't it? And it seems like a bloody lifetime.
Yeah, would do if you're a pit limiter.
So,
Jamie's all over him.
yeah, look, watch these next couple of laps, if that.
It'll be this lap, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be this lap, and I'm picking that he's going to look for an inside move.
Down the bottom here?
Down the bottom here,
yeah.
Probably down the bottom here.
He's got the run off the corner.
Hold the car shallow, late on the brakes. I don't think Ethan's not even going to fight it.
He indicated.
Did I see an indicator?
Yeah,
he
gave him.
What a gentleman.
He gave him the indicator.
Mate,
so,
space you can use your bloody turn signals.
There you go. Another little battle that's warmed up in the last lap or two. Steve Wilton, Vaughan Martin, just quickly there, Joe Man as well. We still have our regulars, Dave Zero, Brad Robertson up the front, Jamie Colzer and Shane actually very close again now, because what's that? That's Ethan, sorry. Ethan's still forcing the issue.
Yes, he is.
How long can he pull that off for? He wants to try and keep up with that Ferrari. You can see Vic's car there. There you go, just in front of that boy. Oh, is that?
No, that's Sam Carson.
Sam Carson,
he's
actually.
Just made
sorry.
his pit stop, so he's.
There's Vic way up the road.
Down a lap to Vic.
Yep.
And then that's the rest of the pack, leading pack, heading up towards him. So he will get blues. He will get blue flags here, unfortunately, because those guys.
He will. As we just nick back to the Vaughan Martin, Steve Wilton battle, J-Man.
Yep.
You want to pick up on that because, these two, it's like I said, body language on Vaughan's car.
Yeah, BMWs look good here tonight. You know, if we look at Brad Robertson and then Vaughan's a strong showing, currently sitting in 10th at the moment. So the BMW's quite at home here.
Absolutely. Steve Wilton wants a bit of that top 10 though, I think, J-Man.
Yeah, he does.
Can he get past Vaughan?
Well, he's conscious. He's looking up the road to Brad Robertson, and he needs more than this to defend that Pro-Am title. He's quite wide off the apex there and used a lot of exit curb too. That won't do us.
No, definitely not. And looks like, Vaughan.
Brad Robertson ahead of Dave Zero.
Yeah, Vaughan looks like he's definitely got Steve's measure, no doubt. Brad Robinson in front of Dave Zero. There you go. Look, that was I don't know whether I want to say inevitable. Well, because they didn't look like...
Meticulous pressure. It was
relentless.
Sorry. Relentless. That's the word.
Yeah. No, well done. Well done.
Yeah. He's just kept the pressure on. Is that... Let me have a look at my scenarios.
Because he's pretty well seesawed the pressure on Dave the whole race.
What does Dave
right from the get-go.
Here?
Go faster.
Pot 6 will guarantee third, or no more than pot 5 positions from Ethan, or 6 positions from Jamie and Steve. So no, he's still good here. He's still good for a third.
In second, he's in 6th position as we speak. Yep. Very nice.
And Dave's pretty calculated, mate. He'll know the numbers already.
Yep. We've got Vaughan Martin with Mark Mudgeway in between him and Steve Wilton. Mudgy, obviously,
what is going on there?
I do not know. So has Mudgy been off and is coming back through? Oh, as we see the BMW bounce across that very awkward curve onto that mid back straight there.
That Porsche looks fine. Doesn't look like it's got any damage.
No, so I don't know why it's so far back. He was well up the front there. He must have come off earlier in the race and we didn't spot him. and coming back through, has not been in the pits. So
No.
there we go. And clearly got pace on those two boys there. That car, like we mentioned, was, I don't know, in 5th or 6th or something, wasn't it? Earlier in the race. So
he wasn't 5th.
Yes, working his way back through the field. Mudgee. Oh, as we speak, it goes sideways. We've got Steve Wilton and Vaughan behind. It's all happening.
So he's just
nearly looped it up there. Might get a replay of that from Vaughan's car.
So did he maintain his position there? What happened there?
No, here, what's this replay? We've got Mudgee out in front of the Porsche, Vaughan behind, and then Wilton. Mudgee in front gets a big lose on. Vaughan slows down. Wilton gets up the inside of Vaughan. Mudgee holds position. Yes. Okay, Vaughan loses one. Poor bugger.
I tell you what, Mudgee was lucky that Wilton put the pass on Vaughan then, because if that was status quo, though, I think they would have got him.
Oh, for sure.
Without
a doubt, mate. So there you go.
So John McDonald and PA sitting behind Jordan Moss. Sam Carson's going to play himself back into that battle.
Look, he's come in.
Although he's just had to get out of the throttle 3 times. 2 times. He had to get out of the throttle for 3 times. Jamie, Ethan, and Shane.
To pass, yeah.
So that will mitigate his undercut. That would have undone all his good work on an undercut. So it just shows you that pit stopping early can buy you fresh air, but it can also cause blue flags if you come out too early.
Yeah, and that's an unfortunate thing. You know, like that's hard to manage, isn't it? That situation, knowing that how quick the leaders are going to come back around behind you. So unfortunate. But still a long way to go, J-Man. We're just under 45 minutes, so a lot can happen in 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, rightfully so. Still watching, so John McDonald, I mean, if they were to, maybe they've got that on their mind. If Jordan Moss or John McDonald go in now with the pace of Vic Chan, Jamie Kosa, Ethan Carl and co, if they come out, they're likely going to be getting blue flags if those boys run long, which will compromise them as well. So maybe the theory is stop later or stop after the front guys have. Yep.
So interesting stuff. Scenarios. We got theories, scenarios, rumors, conspiracy theories.
We got it all.
We got it all going down. But yeah, look, hard to pick. Not a gambling man, so I'd never put money on it. But
so Vic Chan, the last lap across was a 34.7. Jamie Kosa, last lap across was a 34.1. So about 6/10 of a second faster that lap for Jamie. So bringing that gap down little by little.
And Vic looking very comfortable at the front actually now, and definitely looks like he's got control of the situation. So as we continue on, 43 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen, last round of the ANZ official 2022 GT3 series here at Misano, round 8, final round.
Yeah, so real time, see stuff like that. So Damie just caught up to Bob Laycock, and probably not the most ideal spot on the racetrack, and it actually cost him about 1.6, 1.7 seconds to get that pass done on a lapper. So
and Ethan also struggling there a little bit as well.
Yeah. So that goes in the favour of Vic, because clearly Vic caught him in a place that didn't impair him too much. So these are all the things that go on in live racing. So as much as the hard work that he was taking out a half a second here or 6/10 there, and then all of a sudden you lose 1.7 just like that. Hey, but that's racing.
That's exactly right. And you just got to stay focused and keep it pointing in the right direction on the black stuff.
Yep.
As these guys know well, Jamie Cossart second position currently, 41.5 minutes to go. Ethan Carl in third, Shane in fourth in the pool. Brad Robertson in fifth. He's not. Brad is doing really well tonight. Not too far behind that bunch of cars.
Mudgee off on the infield again, so it's all going incredibly wrong for Mudgee right now.
Oh, not bad luck for Mudgee there. Where is he? I can't even find him on the board. He's gone back. He's in the pits. So we've got
disqualified because he escaped.
Steve Wilton in the pits. We've got Vaughan Martin in the pits as well. These two guys sort of had been locking horns over the last 5 or so laps, J-Man.
Yep. So that's an early retirement for Mudgee tonight. Had great pace. Shame to see him go so early this one.
Oh, for sure. In the breakfast, one of the breakfast crew Vegemite sponsored car, that one. So unfortunate to see.
Yeah, okay. So John McDonald's still hot on the heels of Jordan Moss here. Could do with that P7. I don't think it makes too much difference. I don't think he can be caught by Dave Zero for third. Ethan Kalin in the lane gets it down to the 50k. Nicely done at the control line there for Ethan. What's our margin from Jamie to Vic? Like I said, he lost 1.7 the lap before, so 7.2 seconds. So 40 minutes to go, Davo. Still Vic very much in control.
Very much so, J-Man. As we sort of expected, you know, qualified really well, and with another cracking time into the 32. So, but
He's yelling in the lane.
Definitely controlling the race as we speak. Melling in the lane in the Castrol Supra.
I think some of these boys still stopping. I'm just watching Farmer, Steve Wilton.
Ethan rolling out.
Okay, Kenny Simpson in the lane. Bit early, Ken. He's doing 50k well early.
Yep. We could be well. Look, mate, he made a meal of it the other day. Was it last week, the week before? Oh.
Yeah, he did a better job of it that time.
So,
not much, but a little bit.
Yeah, nice work, Kenny. Get that thing sorted. We'll just get back on the road here with John McDonald, but in behind Jordan Moss still. Now, these guys are in 6 and 7 at the moment. Dave Zero is still up the road, plenty from there in 5th position.
Brad Robertson in the lane.
Brad Robertson, now that's a crucial stop. He has a pro car, mind you, propped himself well up the leaderboard. John McDonald also in the lane, J-Man.
JB in. Oh, yeah, gets it down. Only just, though, I might add.
Brad Robertson hits the stop perfectly. JB out in front of him. Long time in the pit lane.
30 seconds for fuel and tyres here.
Yeah.
John got the #1 spot off the lane, but he was some time behind Brad, so expect to see Brad leave well before John.
Oh, for sure. So Brad out neatly. Nice little bit of wheel spin on the way out. Lucas Saar also in the pits there. I see back
Where
a
is
shot.
Sam Carson?
So let's just look out at the back. So where is Sam Carson?
Okay, so he's coming round the thing there. So Shane's in, Vic Chan's in.
Okay, it's all happening with 37 minutes to go.
Lock up into the box there for Vic.
Yeah, and John McDonald nearly clipping the wall on the exit of the pit lane there as he just picked up the throttle, just ducks in right behind Jamie in the Ferrari, J-Man. So very tidy stop from McDonald there.
Yeah, it's a good stop because he's not going to get a blue flag at this point. I think timing was good.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see if Jamie decides to pull in this next lap. Pretty good stop by Vic, from what I could gather.
Yep.
Had a pretty close pit box towards the end of the lane, so he didn't even have to change his line there. Shane exiting the pits as well. Jamie's last lap was a 34.3. Yeah, so he's still got good pace. Still got good pace. John's doing a great job to sort of hang with him here at the moment. Shane out. Dave Zero coming out of the pits as well. We're all going to get it pretty hot, I think, now.
Yeah, I think so. This could be a little bit of an equaliser here, J-Man. There's been some really hot pit stops actually going on there through that phase there. So
Brad clean. He still came out in front of Dave Zero there.
So yeah, good, well done there for Brad Robertson. Let's get a scope on it here.
McDonald run off track. Yes, I did see him run off track.
We did, and he is still just coming back on camera now. Actually, let's just see if we get a bit of a quick look at that.
Just push it really hard, eh?
So yeah, probably like you said, just trying to tag on the back of the Ferrari there, and you can easily just very simple out braking straight off the track.
Steve Melling's got Vaughan Martin too now, so that was a great pit for Steve Melling.
Well done from Steve-O.
Yeah.
So who we got close here? Ethan Cale and Shane in the Porsche. Steve Melling and Vaughan Martin.
So I'm watching
Brad Robinson, Dave Zero. So there's a few to and fro battles. Yes, J-Man.
I'm just looking at Jordan. He's still out on track as we see Jay Makosa come to pit lane as we speak. But Jordan Moss, remember that Jordan and John McDonald will be in an arm wrestle for the better part of the race. So be interesting to see how they play out once Jordan does make his stop. And it'll be interesting to see. The last time I looked, Jamie Kosa was around 7.2 seconds behind Vic Chan before the pit stop. So once this equalises in the next two laps, we'll get an idea about how good. And Jordan Moss into the lane.
Jordan Moss in.
Yep.
Jamie's still on the jacks. We'll get a bit of a heli cam on Jamie as he leaves the pits, and we'll try and pick up where Vic is, J-Man.
He's just about to round the final.
Oh, he's right there.
Shortly.
He's right there.
Jamie off the blocks.
And he's right there
but
too.
It's a long pit lane before you get to release the limiter. So there he goes. Still on the limiter. Still on the limiter. It is a shorter run to turn 2 though.
Painfully slow.
Yeah. So, is Jamie susceptible to Ethan? It is close. He gets him and Shane still. So,
yeah. So nice work from Jamie. Holds position nicely.
Dave Zero just comes past Jordan Moss leaving the lane. Where's John McDonald?
Mossy, wasn't it? We were looking for.
Yeah, so John's on the pit straight now.
Yep.
Jordan Moss hasn't released the limiter yet.
This is going to be close.
This will be tight. This will be tight. This is the battle of pit road.
Here we go.
It's line astern.
There you go.
Changes there.
No. Business as usual.
Pretty much.
For John McDonald and Jordan Moss there, as you can see, viewers. Well.
Jordan Moss gets a stop go 30.
Oh, no.
So that's a big speeding infringement in the pit lane.
Oh, he'll be kicking himself. He must have just punched it there, just
So
way too deep.
That will absolutely gift John McDonald that 7th position.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's big in the context of what those guys are up to. Lucas Saar's in the pits. He's actually just leaving as we see Jamie and Ethan round them up. So does Shane. Who else is going to round them up? We probably should see Brad Robinson will clean them up. So will Dave Zero, would think. But that is a great stop.
From Lucas.
From Lucas Saar.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking so, because he's going to come out in front of Brad, isn't he, there?
No.
No? Okay.
Jordan Moss back in the lane to serve this stop go 30, which will seem like 3 minutes, not 30 seconds.
Oh, you know it. Oh, it's painful. And look, that pit lane doesn't make it any easier at all. It's like another 30 seconds on top of it. Oh, God.
Sam Carson, has come out in P8.
Yeah.
Obviously ahead of Jordan Moss due to the 30-second stop go.
So Jordan in serving his 30 seconds. Oh, Joe, man, painful stuff to watch.
And it's this back 30 minutes of the race now that the guys, we're not privy to the information that race control live race directors given us in respect of who's got a track cut and who hasn't. But what we do know is that I believe track cuts will be a factor here, and the main factor that they come into play is, I think, turns, I believe it's 3 and 4. It's easy to duck the car down and tight there across the curb and just grab a little bit too much curb and get a track cut, and the distance on the inside of the corner is so short. It's not like you can make that time penalty go away. So Jordan Moss just leaving the lane now, coming out.
Yes, he is.
P13 behind Ken Simpson by the look of things.
After a 30-second wrap on the knuckles, the red mist will be on. He'll want to try and get as much back as he can from that little faux pas. Unfortunate for Jordan.
Shane, maximum attack now on Ethan Cale.
Yeah, I see that.
So the finale for the season, Davo, and there's, this is going to go down on the wire for some of these guys, and albeit some of the provisional positions might be already set, there's still some mathematical equations that are going on for guys to, get the bragging rights going into the Christmas break.
Of course there is. It always is. Going into 2023, they'll all be telling each other who came first, who came third, who came where.
Yeah.
So, yeah, awesome stuff. It's been a great year, 2022. Winding it up now. Final round, 28 minutes to go. Round 8 at Misano. Second season of the GT3s this year. J-Man.
Yeah, so John McDonald's around about, I think he's about 15 seconds behind Dave Zero, and then about 8.5 seconds down the road to Sam. So he's pretty solidly locked into 7th, and what that will do provisionally will lock him into, I believe, 2nd place in the championship.
Yep.
I don't think anybody can catch him from there. Dave Zero currently in P6. That'll lock him into a podium should it stay there. So that would make up your podium. Vic Chan.
Yeah, he'd be obviously third position. Yep.
Brad Robinson has got 1, 2, 3 cars in between him and Steve Wilton.
Yep.
So mathematically, what does that mean? I can tell you now that Steve Wilton.
That will be
Steve
close.
Wilton.
That will be close.
It will be close.
Because how many? I thought there was 5 between those boys.
So Steve Wilton, Amy is already tied with them. So 5 positions gap or less from Brad to guarantee first place in the Pro-Am category. 5 positions gap or less to guarantee him first. Ooh. Okay, so that's an equation. If we look at that, if I have a look at Steve Wilton 313 to Brad Robinson. Ooh, Farmer is right on the cuff here of taking this. I think he can still do this.
It's going to be close. Does he need it? Brad desperately needs another couple of positions, doesn't he, J-Man? So
yeah. Daniel, if you're still listening in, but I know you're really, really busy tonight, can you run some quick calculations for us? Farmer and Steve Wilton in P9 and Brad Robinson in P5. Is that enough for Farmer to wrap this Pro-Am Championship up? Food for thought.
Food for thought. Still
Yes.
25 minutes to go, J-Man. Anything could happen.
Yep,
Shane putting pressure on Ethan again. Or still, should I say.
So, and not to forget that Brad Robinson is only 3.1 seconds up the road from Dave Zero, but is currently lapping quicker. So
that BMW very quick tonight.
Super fast.
At the hands of Brad Robinson.
So Bob Laycock and Lucas, who are currently engaged in a battle for first and second in the AM Championship, are currently sitting 14th and 15th in the favour of Lucas. So that would provisionally see Lucas wrap that thing up and Bob take second. Now, Kenny Simpson. Where is Kenny Simpson on the scale of stuff?
12th position at the moment.
But Kenny actually races inside the Pro-Am Championship, so yeah, I mean, I think that would see Kenny he would beat Jarkus for a P6, which he's tied with anyway.
Yep.
But would cement that. Pretty good effort.
Not bad effort from Kenny.
Yep.
They had a couple of little hiccups throughout the series.
Shane on maximum attack right now.
Yeah, Shane to and froing behind Ethan there. I'm not sure how comfortable that Honda is at the moment, J-Man, as it goes to its second half of this stint, and yeah, just not sure.
Porsche just looks so much stronger in so many places at the moment.
Except for in a straight line.
Yeah, just not in a straight line, clearly, but through the corner and off the corner, he's just, even under brakes, look how the ranges up on the brakes.
And yeah, turning in the whole time, no understeer at all.
No. So, see the Honda will stretch its legs down at the chute.
Yep.
Shane's sitting up underneath the wing, got the benefit of a little bit of draft and closes right up
and
actually
Ethan looks like he
fires it up in there.
Yeah, looked like Ethan just did break off to the right there a little to leave the door open.
There was no indicator this time.
No, he was clearly holding the Porsche up. So Shane now, watch Shane stretch his legs there a little bit and move forward towards Jamie, because these guys were close earlier in the race, J-Man, and I think Shane wants to be in behind that green Ferrari at the moment again.
I wonder if Dave Zero might have just got caught up behind the is it the Lucas Saar? Yeah, the Lucas Saar car, because he was over 3 seconds ahead.
Of John McDonald.
Now down to 2.4. No, behind Brad Robinson, so it's down to 2.4. So
So Brad
obviously
got held up there, you think?
Yeah, Brad got held up, so
Yep.
you know, yeah, that gap isn't as big as you'd think, and obviously, you
No,
know, there's
definitely looks like it's closed up there a little, J-Man.
Yep.
Although the BMW is still looking very quick, as is the Audi. And you know, like clearly that just points out, you know, just the slightest little hiccup in your lap, like trying to get past a slower car, you can really lose some time. So does that front of that Audi look damaged here? It looks like the bonnet's up a little bit to me. It might be just the actual delivery. This looks like it's got a big panel gap around the bonnet there, but maybe it's just Audi build quality.
I was going to say build quality, mate. Yeah.
I just hadn't picked up on it until now. So there you go. I think it is owned by VW, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I don't think panels line up from factory with those, do they?
No, probably not. So yeah, Brad Robinson doing a stellar job tonight, J-Man. Look, yeah, pretty well faultless right from lap one. You know, like had the eyes on. Pretty well hasn't made any mistakes, 0 mistakes, and just hasn't looked back. So fingers crossed, no commentators curse. 20 minutes to go. He keeps moving forward. Dave Zero, like you mentioned, in 6th, and John McDonald in 7th. John just out on his own at the moment, not looking like he's going to make much of a gain on anybody in front of him, is it, mate? There.
No, and without, you know, sounding, you know, too thing at this point of time with still, you know, 20 minutes to go, I think if you told John that he'd make P2 in the championship with 81 podium all season, he'd take it. It's just, yeah, it's an outstanding effort this season from John on a car that hasn't looked like it's had the pace of the Hondas or the Porsches at times all season long. So, you know, it
hasn't looked fast all year, all season, mate.
Nah. But on the other hand, the other guy we're talking about, Brad Robinson, you know, if you're profiling a driver at the moment this season, this guy is, man, he's just done such a good job. You know, like
definitely upped his game.
Ago.
Yeah,
about he's a driver like most that drives on confidence, and he's had so much of it lately that it shows in his pace and his racecraft. He's, you know, Dave Zero coming tonight with a heap of pace. He was probably the one other car in qualifying that mixed it up with Ethan, Shane, Jamie, and Vic. And race trim, Brad's had the measure.
Yeah.
You know, we saw him all over the back of Dave Zero at the opening stint. Obviously got past off camera that we didn't see, and maintained it in the pit stop. So he's done all the little 1% of things right, and put a gap there that gaps out to obviously it's a couple of seconds now. So it was a little bit more. So yeah, he's just done a good job all season, and rightfully so. You know, he's challenging for this Pro-Am title. If you know Farmer keeps this together, he might look like he's going to do enough, having only 3 cars between him and Brad. But
it's close. It's close finish though, isn't it, mate?
Real close.
Yeah. No, look, and this is exactly what we look for when we, you know, like the administration try and put these championships together, and the way it's structured. And I mean, these are the goals at the end of the conversation, is to try and get these type of finishes and have the points this close, you know, and it makes it worth it for these boys to turn up, you know, like all season and race right to the final flag, J-Man. So yeah, well done to all these guys. Yeah,
and you know, I think P7 and P8, which is John McDonald and Sam Carson, that gap's crushing. Minute by minute, that's coming down. You know, John ran a 36.3 last time. Sam ran a 35.7. So that gap is crushing. There's still 17 minutes to go. There's enough time for him to bridge that 3.8 second gap that he's got, especially when he takes out six tenths a lap. You know, they are on the same piece of racetrack now. They're on the back straight together.
Yep.
So that's not done with. Jamie's crushed about a second out of Vic's lead at the front. But
yeah, I just touched on that. Just the cameras touched on that just a moment ago. Everybody in reasonably clean air. Nothing to report.
I'm just laughing at Daniel's comments. I called him out just before asking for a live point standing, and he's just replied with Robinson is 11 points behind, and I think he wants 6 cars between to take the position. But I'm on the phone in Subway. Take it with a grain of salt. Good work. Yeah, love it.
You're a friggin' legend, Daniel.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I don't know.
Dave Zero, Brad Robinson, just quickly, while you're on the phone there, brother, is heating up. And we've got 15 minutes to go.
It is.
And
he's crushed that gap.
He has squeezed that up no end. And the tenacious driving of Dave Zero. You watch this.
Is that BMW? I'm going to go on board with that BMW and see what the wheel works like, just to see.
I just hope Brad's not getting distracted. I know these young fellas these days, they get a bit distracted, and they're anyone's. But look at Dave Zero. That Audi, bad panel alignment or not, is fast, and it is ranging up on the back of the BMW as we speak.
Yeah, so no short shifting or anything from Brad. He's definitely pulling it right through the rev range, so he's not fuel saving. I'm trying to go through the scenarios of what might be going on here. And he's green on his Delta, so he is pressing on. Just looks like Dave's got a bit more pace at this point in time.
Yeah, nice work. And look, we've mentioned Dave several times. I saw that. A little bit of a look, a very quick look in and out, and just...
How close was that?
It was pretty close. Dave, excelling all throughout the season. Another, we talked about, Brad's, progress throughout the season, and how he's looks like he's way more focused towards the end of it, and same scenario for Dave. Really finding some pace in the Audi. Looks super confident in the car. And and like I said, confidence-driven pace, give them a couple of results, and they want to go faster. So yeah, nice work from both of these boys.
Yeah, too true. And the Carson McDonald battle, which was 3.6 seconds, is now 1.9.
Ouch! Oh, look, and it's a long way to go to the end of the race. You can see that that McLaren going past the Lexus, J-Man, no doubt at all.
Yes, 100%.
So yeah, another blow to the to McDonald's battle for the championship here as we start to wind down to the end of the final race for 2022, last race for 2022, viewers. So yeah, like we mentioned earlier, subscribe, click all the buttons, put your notifications on. There will be stuff in the off season, in the silly season. So yeah, stay tuned. But yeah, wrapping up Series 2 of the GT3 series tonight. Sam Carson reeling in John McDonald. So much more pace, J-Man. Jeez, the McLarens have loved it here tonight, haven't they?
Oh, they've been impressive, and it's nice to see that car with Kunos's BOP where they go, then play that thing into a track where they can be comfortable. They just do not like those outside sausages.
They do not. It's a very awkward situation there as we just see the pit window closed, J-Man. We have all cars pitted already, so no stress there for anyone. Oh God, haven't we seen some funny toing and froing with the pit window closing throughout the series as well? I think we saw one or two miss the closing window throughout the series. Yeah, not good for your finishing position, guys.
No. And Steve Melling doing a great job in P10 at the moment, and just remembering that Steve Wilton needs to be 5 cars, no worse than 5 cars between him and Brad. He's currently got 3 between him. Stevens running slightly better lap time the last, only slightly. Still got about 5.9 seconds up the road to Farmer, but Farmer can ill afford any mistakes at the moment, because should he have one and Steve Melling gets through, that would certainly play into the hands of Brad Robinson's championship.
Wouldn't it so? Absolutely.
Sam Carson ever closing now on John McDonald. He is on his bumper, just over 0.3 of a second, the difference between those 2 cars.
Well, this is the battle. This is the race at the moment on track, J-Man, without a doubt. Look, and just looking at the pace of that McLaren at the moment, if it does not happen this lap, I'd be surprised. He's ranging up on the Lexus pretty quickly, but yeah, just next lap or 2, without a doubt, that car of Sam's will be past the Lexus. 7th position, and like I said, a bit of a blow to John McDonald's championship run, but you know that.
Yeah, mathematically it doesn't change anything at the end result, but
It doesn't.
I'm sure he,
no.
you know, he'd want to be, you know, like if you look at his finishing positions throughout the season. You know, I think if we look at John McDonald, his worst finishing position was at Hungaroring in race 1 was an 8th. Otherwise, he's consistently 4th, 5th, 6s.
Yep.
And obviously with that great P2 at the Circuit of the Americas last week, which I think was crucial to his championship.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
So, that's really created this battle tonight, which we thought might have been a little bit closer, but obviously the old Toyota here, the Lexi, just not punching the right numbers, is it, J-Man?
No, it just, he hasn't got the tools to fight with tonight, but he's doing a great job currently in P7. And
absolutely.
And, you know, you'll see the smarts of John come out now, put the car potentially in the right place to defend. He'll know the maths, though. He'll know he probably doesn't have to take this position, and if he did end up P8, that only equals his worst result. So, you know, it's not all lost, and I still think it's a stunning season to only feature on the podium once and still be in this position. So
for sure,
Warren Martin.
A little bit hard to just take our eyes off at that at the moment, because we're just expecting a pass there to happen. Vaughan Martin.
Yeah, I just saw him. It looked like he was exiting the pits, but maybe it was just, I don't know what was going on there.
A little bit of wide exit out of 3 there, maybe.
Could be. Yeah, he could have been using the pit exit as a racetrack. Yeah, for sure. Steve-O, 4.9 seconds back to Farmer. I think it's still, the battle's still here with Sam Carson, who's reading the part number on the rear wing of John McDonald's 27 Lexus.
It's getting close, isn't it? It's been a slow burn, but how much does we've seen this McDonald car defend? I'm surprised how wide that thing can get.
He's covering.
Oh, he's already.
He's covering.
There you go.
Oh, great lines.
Yeah, so that wide-bodied Toyota, I tell you.
I'd be surprised if the McLaren's got the punch down the chute here against the Lexus. The
Yeah.
Lexus has got a bit of horsepower.
It does have a bit of horsepower, eh? It just does not stop and turn like those things, though.
Look how tight that McLaren can hold that inside line. You know, it just doesn't have to use nearly the amount of track that John does.
And yeah, which gives him a vastly different line on the exit there. See how inside it was, and clearly really up on the throttle there. So
yeah, Lexus doing a great job through the far sector as well. and just, you know, creates enough margin down to the hairpin to be able to hold on. Sam continuously searching, seeing where the opening is. I do think it is out of turn 4-5.
4-5,
yeah, 4-5. I think it's definitely there. He'll have to get it done in the middle part of that turn though, because we know how good the Lexus is on the front straight. So John already covering to the inside.
Already covering.
Changes line once.
Once is enough.
Yep. So obviously, when you're defending, you leave yourself vulnerable to a switchback on the way out. But he does a good job there. He would have known that Sam wasn't close enough there coming into that right-hander. This is his vulnerable spot, I believe. This is where...
Yep, it's this little change of direction here onto the back straight here. Very tricky corner.
Yeah, the McLaren getting off there a whole lot better.
And he's under his wing now.
On the inside move here. Thinks better of it. Probably needs an overlap before he can get that done. A little bit of a wiggle there from John on the exit.
Yeah, a little bit. But on the outside again for the McLaren.
Oh, looking to go around the outside.
Very awkward corner, J-Man. This corner.
And then we get to this back chute again, and once again the Lexus with a lot of horsepower. Probably no real threat here. He'll have enough at the end of the chute here to defend down into the right-hand hairpin. Yeah, so good margin made down there.
And it allows him to relax a little bit under brakes here.
Yeah, can just cover the inside line, hold it tight.
He's just got that punch, and we've seen him do this previously in the season, and I think it was at Nürburgring actually.
It was.
A very difficult track to defend on.
He did that without changing a tyre, I might remember.
Yes.
So as we approach the last 5 minutes of this race, I think Vic's still got it.
We've got Vic out in front, obviously.
He's still got a good lead. He'd be somewhere around the 9 seconds, I believe. What is he? 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Crushed a little bit, not too much. He's probably just in glide mode on the way home now. Dave Zero still keeping Brad Robertson honest. Still right there with him. There's only about 3/4 of a second in that. Maybe half a second to 3/4 of a second at best.
Yeah.
So
that could ramp up in the next 4 minutes as well.
John defending the inside line again, doing a good job. So the longer this goes on, the more John will work out in his mirrors where Sam's strong and where John's vulnerable, and he'll just cover those off. So actually Sam's a lot closer this time coming down the back chute, so John's going to have to cover into the hairpin really, really well here. A little bit of aero wash there for Sam. So good attacking drive here from Sam.
And amazing defence from McDonald there. Yeah, just...
Yeah, good exit offer there from both those drivers. Not a lot in that. This is the point of the racetrack where John is very, very vulnerable with this change of direction with this McLaren. So
yeah, the McLaren's looking extremely nimble at this end of the race. It's changing direction easily.
Yep.
Nice turn in. Looks like he can still put it wherever he wants to.
Oh, just so much more mid-turn grip.
And he just pulls it up just enough that the McLaren can't get the punch back down the straight here. Because the bloody Lexus is so slow through the apex.
Yeah.
And again, you see that beautiful line from the McLaren. Will carry on.
Yeah, I think this is where it's at. Vic's got this thing pretty much under control at the front. It's down to 6.7, but I think he's just managing his margin now.
Yeah, of course. Driven a faultless race, J-Man, and looking to wrap the championship up. It's come down to the wire. He's got a couple of minutes to go, but Vic Chan clearly in control at the moment, mate.
Oh, that's as close as you want to get. That is just so close.
You're back at Sam Carson.
Oh.
We go back here.
Oh my God, that's close. Yeah.
We'll just jump back in the in-car of Sam Carson here. We've been dropping in and out of the cockpit here over the last few laps, and some of it. Big slide from Sam.
Good stuff.
He's giving it a shove.
Oh mate, he's left nothing at all out there.
No way. Super close in the end of the last lap, so he's going to give it up. And look, even with that lose, J-Man, look how quick he ranges back up on him.
Yeah.
And then he get to the straight.
This is good for John Boy as well, because albeit he can't be up there challenging Vic for the title fight, at least he's got a battle on his hands down here. And he's been in a battle the whole race. If it wasn't for Sam Carson, it was Jordan Moss early in the piece before he got his drive-through. So
yep.
Damn, just so tight on that exit.
Yep.
As we range down to the final 45 seconds, it will be this lap and one more by the look of it.
Vic Chan now in back of shot behind those two boys. He's coming around behind that crew unbelievably.
Oh, Sam getting ever so close, with only probably this being
no, they'll get another one after this.
Yeah, these boys will. Oh, he is searching left and right now. Just so much more pace now. So as Vic embarks on the final lap, John Boy has to defend this lap and one more. It's going to be a tough ask, but he's done a great job up to this point. Man, mate. Yeah.
It's hard to take your eyes off it, isn't it, mate? It's
well, this is clearly where it's at.
It's super fast.
Oh, he's got a very tight line there.
Oh yeah, John running deep terribly. You could hear the tyres wailing.
He's still got the inside line here.
Can he make it stick?
I think he can.
Oh.
I think John can maintain that. Oh. That's a great bit of driving from both those boys, because they got close in the middle.
They did. But you could just, as we got out of the one of the camera angles there in the Lexus, you could hear the tyres wailing as he pushed forward deep into that corner. Time has run out on the lap.
Really searching for lines now on. As these boys come across, I will just pay homage to Vic Chan, who's about to wrap this one up and wrap this championship up as well, provisionally. A great job from Vic.
Yeah, congratulations, Vic Chan.
Did everything he needed to do tonight, so congrats, Vic.
Absolutely. Golf claps all around. Congrats on the championship and another race win.
For P2 and Shane for P3, but we got to carry on with this Sam Carson, John McDonald battle, and we will get back to our podium getters shortly. But this is the guy that
this is not over.
This is a bragging right thing here. This is this creates conversation post race. This does.
Yeah, awesome stuff. We'll actually jump to Helicam just to see the different lines these two guys are running at the moment. The Lexus diving deep, struggling to get the car to turn under brakes, and the McLaren just beautiful, tips in easily.
Yeah, he's going to have one last look, I think. It won't be at the hairpin. It could be potentially between the second to last and the last corner if he can get it right. But he won't be close enough here.
He's not close enough to punch that the Lexus has got. Just too much.
Going to look for an inside here? No.
Very awkward series of corners, that, isn't it, J-Man?
This is the only option, I think, here. Not going to be close enough. If John squares this apex up, he'd be fine. So close. Right. Fitting that they come across the line like this. Good work, boys.
Yeah.
So well done. Well
Nice
done.
work. So Dave Zero came in sixth in between all that. We had Ethan Cale in fourth,
Yep.
Brad Robinson in fifth, Dave Zero in sixth. Yes, we just saw John McDonald and Sam Carson battle it out to the end. Awesome battle. Steve Wilton in ninth, Steve Melling in 10th, hitting the top 10 there. Nice work, Steve Melling. Jordan Moss 11th after a stop go. Jamie, tough.
Tough gig.
Absolutely. Vaughan Martin in 12th. Kenny Simpson in 13th. Lucas Saar in 14th. And Bobby Laycock in 15th. Awesome work. Well done, boys. Awesome to see everyone back here for the final round. J-Man, let's talk to the winners.
All right, so first in the box tonight is the Porsche driver. You got us on comm, Shane?
Yeah, mate.
Awesome drive tonight, mate. The Porsche had some serious pace, mate. There was, it was good racing there with you and Ethan.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed that.
and Jamie as well in the mix there for a bit as well. So no, Tidy's up a great season for you. You know, like obviously the two did not start at the front end. You know, could have been all so different, mate. Having those two results in the bank would have been, mate. I think you'd have been playing for a title in there as well. So, but a great finish to the season, grabbing that podium.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed that race. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Ethan in the second stint, but yeah, I knew I had 20 minutes to get him, and I think he made it easy for me in the end.
Yeah, so we saw the move down the inside at the end of the chute there into the left-hander, and do you think you just caught him unsuspecting? Because it looked like he turned in and then all of a sudden turned back out again. There was no team orders there. He just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't actually that close to him, so I was surprised he did that. Like, maybe he did just get a glimpse of me in the mirror and thought I was coming in too quick, but yeah, I don't know. It sort of caught me by surprise too.
Yeah. No,
but I took it.
Yeah, it did look like you both sort of weren't expecting it, and you took it, and he attacked you for a couple of laps after that, but then you made a bit of a gap in that. So, yeah, look, by my calculations, you're only about 11 seconds off the race lead, so it was still a good race, for you, like start to finish. Yeah, awesome season. Hope you sign up for another one when we put the next one on, because been neat to see you go right at it every round, because I think you'd be right in there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going anywhere. It's been awesome racing here. All the guys are really welcoming, and yeah, I'm glad I found this league.
Yeah. Well, fire
Nice.
some thoughts in the think tank, mate, on the bloody Discord and the thing, and we'll get some fun stuff going on over the break if you're around, and see what's going good forward. But nonetheless, great result tonight for Shane. P3, enjoy it, mate. We'll talk again soon.
Yep. Cheers, guys, and thanks for everyone who puts this together, and well done, Vic. I think that gets him the championship.
Yeah, mate. I think he's clinched this one pretty fair and square, mate. So well done.
Yeah,
cheers,
nice
guys.
work. Nice work, Shane.
Okay, Shane. Good one, mate.
See you later.
All right, so that was Shane Fodato taking out the final third spot for the final race of the season.
Yes.
And so my next guy in the booth, where is he? Jamie. All right, here he is here. We'll grab Jamie down. Jamie, you got us on comms?
Yes, mate.
Mate, what a race. What a great race. I saw plenty of pace out of the Ferrari tonight, even with the 30 kegs on board, mate. How was that?
Yeah, it was a tough one. Difficult to get laps consistently. But be putting in a really good one lap and then down 5 or 6 tenths the next. So, yeah, it was about trying to minimise the mistakes. And I got caught behind my teammates in the opening laps, and they did a really good job to jump me in the at the start, and so that was a good fun little race with them. And yeah, after that, Vic was a bit far out in front for me to get him tonight, but think that's a championship for him. But yeah, congrats massively to him for the win tonight and for that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how that shakes out provisionally. So I think because there was obviously only a couple of points between you and Ethan, so that might be enough for you to pinch that 4th spot off of Ethan for the series. Well, obviously we'll see that provisionally shake out, but yeah, look, watching on, mate, like I felt like, to be honest, you probably had the fastest car tonight, even with the weight, because when I was watching in the mid phase of the race, you were actually making time on Vic when the fuel was burning off, and then I was commenting that you'd made 6 tenths a lap that lap and another 4 tenths a lap before, and then unfortunately you got caught behind a lapper, I think, which was probably Bob Laycock, I think, and it actually cost you 1.7 seconds, and we know how hard that is to make back up on track, and then there was a few little factors like that that just probably went against you on track tonight, and it was nothing that you did wrong. It was just timing of where guys came out. So the car looked really, really quick tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was, and yeah, you're right. Just a few things like that can really set you back. But it's all part of racing. Sometimes they go for you, probably like they did last week, and sometimes they don't. And yeah, I had a bit of a messy pit stop as well, so we can add that to the list of things.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, look. Honestly, with the results you've had, like I just said to Shane as well. Shane also had 2 did not starts in there, obviously, during the season, and then looking at your consistency with all the 2s and the 1s, and there's a 3 in there as well. I think had you turned up for those, I think you definitely would have been in that top 3 for this title fight for the Pro Championship. So congratulations on a P2 on the final round, and mate, I hope you've enjoyed it. Well, hopefully we see you back for another series in the new year. Because it's been impressive watching you pedal that Ferrari. It's good to see that thing out there again.
Thank you, and yeah, I want to thank everyone in the league, the organisers, yourselves. You've made us feel very, very welcome, and we've all had a lot of fun. So yeah, hopefully we'll see what the new year brings, and I'd be keen to go racing again with you guys.
Awesome, Jamie. I will enjoy the night, mate. Congratulations on P2 tonight, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks very much,
Thanks,
guys.
Jamie.
Cheers, mate.
User was moved
All
out of
right.
your channel.
So we'll grab Mr. Vic
User
Chan
was
down
moved to
here.
your
Cometh the
channel.
man, cometh the minute. Are you there, Mr. Championship elect?
Yep. Hey guys.
Hey, mate, congratulations. You did everything you had to do tonight. Go out and win it. You couldn't do any more than that, and you done it with style too, mate. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. I was quite nervous at the start, to be honest, but yeah, I think I was quite fortunate to win the championship, given some of the other guys missed some races and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, I think it shows you got to be there, Vic. And you're looking at your results. Obviously, it started out a little bit shaky with had all that pace and a couple of really big crashes early in the piece back at Watkins Glen and a bit of a whoopsie at Hungaroring. But other than that, you've been really solid right the way through. Good championship fight with John McDonald. But tonight, mate, you're just pretty much untouchable. And like I said, you did everything you had to, and the car looks solid tonight, mate.
Yeah, I think I got it on rails in anticipation for this race and the championship. And props to McDonald for bringing it. It was it's been a good battle all through the season.
Was there any thoughts coming out of Coda? Did the 4th play out the way it just did, or did you think that maybe going into this one with no weight was a factor, or it just was the way the cards fell at Coda? Or
If I was in front of McDonald from Coda, I would have copped the weight. But given I was behind him, I figured I'd rather finish fourth than carry some weight for this round. So yeah, we talked about it with the other OES guys. So yeah.
Yeah, well, look, the OES boys featured so strongly tonight. It just really shows that when I mentioned in the stream, we're a big family here, yourself included. But inside this family, there's branches of teamwork that goes on, and it's respectful, and I think it's great. I've been a part of that breakfast crew in years gone by, where you're certainly trying to help each other out. And it was a great display tonight of the guys putting the time in during the week. We saw in excess of 160 something laps from some of the boys, hundreds here, 150 laps here, and it was clear to see that everybody that was playing for something, which was the better part of the field, was up for it tonight. And yeah, just a stunning season, mate, to come in here and take that pro championship away from John McDonald. I think that is, he'll take the second. I don't think he could have done any more than that. The Lexus clearly didn't have anything for the Honda tonight. But so congratulations on the pro championship, and hope you've enjoyed the season, and we hope to see you back again, Vic.
Yeah, I'll be back for sure. I'd like to thank everyone that participated this season and all the guys that organised it. You guys, obviously, that do the comms and the streams. Yeah, it's been great with this league. I'll definitely be back. So, yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure, mate. We've you guys have thoroughly entertained us right through the field, and yeah, just the pace that yourself and a couple of the other teamies have brought this year is pretty phenomenal. We sort of trucked along for about 8 years, thinking that we had some pretty quick boys, and you guys have set the bar a little bit higher. So yeah, we've got to step up a little bit, mate, to challenge you a bit more. But hey, it's healthy competition. So congratulations, A, on the night, and B, on the bloody championship, mate. Congrats.
Cheers, guys.
All right, enjoy the night, Vic.
Thanks.
Cheers, boys.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, I think I want to grab John Boy second. Yeah, because I think I'd like to. Yep.
User was moved.
John Boy, you got us on comms?
Yeah, mate.
Hey, mate. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate you provisionally on what looks to be P2 in the championship. On a really hard fought night. And then the second one I want to congratulate is the defensive driving class you just showed to Sam Carson.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a backstory to that. But first of all, congratulations to Vic. He was the standout driver. He had genuine pace and deserved that handy. As do all the rest of his teammates in the OES. They're all rapid, so it's good to see that they are like here and bringing it. So yeah, awesome. I enjoyed it. Really happy with that. I think I said to some of the guys, I think I brought a knife to a gunfight tonight.
Yeah.
And as far as the Carso battle went, what happened was just after halfway, I hit one of the inner curbs really hard, and I don't know what happened, but I heard like that USB unplugging sound, and I lost all my force feedback. So so it felt like I was driving a shopping trolley. So I had no feel to the car, and got a couple of cuts. So yeah, that's why I started going backwards at that point.
Well, you did a great job to defend under those circumstances then, because I think that would have probably been pretty hard to do with everything functioning properly, mate, because he clearly had some good pace too. So
yeah. No, but there was the first part of that race was really good. Really enjoyed that with those with Carso and Mozzie. So and it was unlucky Mozzie got the stop go too, because that was heating up. Yeah. And also my mate Farmer, we were on the comms together and we had him protected either way. So yeah, it was good for him too. Yeah.
Awesome job, John Boy. And I know we've sort of spoken off a camera during the season, but if I was to tell you at about halfway through the season that you were going to make this thing go down to the wire with Vic Chan with only coming up to talk to us once in the season on the podium, you'd have taken it all day, I'm sure. But look, so close, mate. A stunning job last week with a P2 at Coda.
Yeah, Coda was great there. Yeah.
Which potentially I think could have been a P1, and that could have been, maybe played the difference out a little bit more. But it is what it is, mate. And P2 in the current format is a great effort, mate. I'd take that all day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, the championships they're hard to put the 8 rounds together. Family and work commitments and life and stuff all gets in the way, and it's really hard to do the 8 weeks. I think we went a lot longer in the past, didn't we? And you kind of think, shit, how do we do that?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you've got to turn up, don't you? It is what what happens on race night.
Yeah.
All sorts of gremlins creep into any of these boys' sim rigs and hardwares and connections and all sorts. So it's a cruel sport, but it's great.
Look, congratulations, mate! Stunning drive tonight for defending under those conditions and also taking that P2 in the championship. Before I chuck you back, I'll just get you to when you jump back up, can I just ask you to ask Farmer and Steve Belling and Brad Luck to stay in channel for a little bit for us, please, and I'll just conduct a few more interviews and stuff.
I think they're aware of that. So, awesome.
Awesome.
Hey,
Yeah,
and
well
shout
done,
out to
boys.
you two, rough-looking fellas up here. I mean, you could have done your
Thanks,
hair, but clearly the
Why?
beers are
We
going
got a face
down
for
nicely
radio,
up
mate.
here. So, no, you've done a great job on the stream, boys. Love it, and I know all the boys do too. So, thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers, John Boy.
Thanks,
Appreciate
mate.
it. Appreciate all the support from you guys. All right, mate. We'll chuck you up there. Enjoy it. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Roger that. See ya.
See you, Joey.
User was moved out of
All
your
right.
channel.
So the next one I'm going to grab down
User
is
was moved to
Dave
your
Zero. You got
channel.
us on comms?
Yes, and I've just posted standing before race control. That's amazing. Yeah,
very
so you'll
good.
find it on the standings if you
Okay.
wanna have a
Is that on Discord, is it?
on Discord if you wanna have a final
You're
look.
so quick at it.
You're very
Yeah,
efficient.
yeah.
You're very efficient. We
I
even
thought
caught,
that
we
was
even
gonna be
caught your
good.
brother in Subway, mate, giving us live updates tonight. So.
Let's go.
Hey, so first and foremost, congratulations on what does appear
Thank
to
you,
be a
guys.
P3 in the
Yes.
Pro
Yes.
Championship. Looked like you were very aware of your surroundings and what was going on tonight, Dave. So, hey, look, all season long, you've shown us that you had the ability to fight with these boys, and it looks to be still a 6-point margin over Jamie in fourth, I think, provisionally. So
Yep.
congratulations on P3, but congratulations on a really, really good drive tonight. We saw you come back
Thank
at
you,
Brad
guys.
at the back end. So
Oh, I knew that Brad had to fight this position, so he was on my toe for the first stint, and it was too risky. I needed P6, and I started seeing we were making a huge gap with Maggi. We had like 12 seconds,
yes,
and so then I did a little mistake, and I thought better of it. That there was no point fighting because maybe he needed a position, so maybe he needed to fight.
yes.
So I just slotted behind, and in the end I was faster. He said he really needed my toe, but I thought there's no point of risking
Yeah.
Well,
on a land.
Air on caution, mate.
Well,
That's it.
and look, the paint scheme was fitting for the final round.
Yes, love the
yeah,
paint work.
well. Thank you, guys. Thank
Looked
you.
awesome. A great season, Dave. I know, I think earlier in the piece, maybe Suzuka, a little bit ruffled there with a bit of a shocking result there. But outside of that, you were very, very consistent right the way through.
Race 1, Watkins Glen, as I've been taken out twice.
Yes.
I was P3 in that race. So if I was closing P3 instead of 19, that would have been a different story. But, guys, after all, I'm really happy because last year I was fighting for the last positions.
Yes.
I got really better. And my 1:33.4 would have been pole position last year.
Yep.
Of about a second and a half.
Yes.
In front of Josh. So I'm proud of my improvements.
Yeah,
I think.
look at you now. Yeah, you're up here at third in the championship as a pro driver. So, top effort, mate. It's been great. Great to
like I
watch.
said, congratulations, and just like to thank you as well, and as well as your brother Daniel, is for all the technical support that you've given us throughout the season. You're first and foremost, you're a hard racer, but the admin role that you've played here for us this year has been awesome. We appreciate it, and certainly, would like to think you'll be back for more next season.
Yes, I will try my best.
Yeah, so it's been outstanding, buddy, watching you grow and race, and take what is a P3 in the Pro Championship, which is no easy feat, mate. So congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Golf claps all around. Yeah.
Awesome, Dave. Will you enjoy
yes.
the night? Will you enjoy the night? We'll conduct a few more interviews.
Yes,
We'll
and
talk to
thank
soon.
you for the amazing streamings, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Right,
Thanks for watching.
User
Okay,
was moved
so
out of your channel.
that is P3 for the Pro Championship, and we will go and grab our
User was
very
moved to
own
your channel.
Farmer, aka Steve Wilton, down to the box. You got us on comms, Farmer?
Oh yeah, hey fellas.
Hey, bro. Congrats,
going, mate?
mate. P1 in this Pro-Am Championship. That went down to the wire, brother.
Yeah, it did go down to the wire, and Yeah, it was a good little battle there, mate. I knew where I knew the number of cars I had to be behind Brad.
Of course you did.
And you know, early on there, Vaughan was a hindrance. Obviously, I needed that position.
Yep.
You know, but then sort of as it panned out, I got him. Munchie went off, and yeah, just sort of tootled around, really.
Good.
4 positions behind him. I knew I had one up my sleeve, so
You did
a
well,
little
mate.
bit of sweet, to be honest, guys. But still, you know, congrats, thanks.
Yeah, no. I think at the end of the day, mate,
Take it when you can, mate.
I think
Yeah.
you were reclassified in the early stages when we did that, and I think we put you in the right place, which was in a great fight with Brad, who, as the season went on, just got faster and faster. So
yeah, he
you
did,
know,
mate. He just stepped up and up and up as we went on. Actually,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So I think no, you did a great job tonight to hang on to that. And it did feel like there was a couple of guys in the field that knew mathematically what they had to do. Well, there was actually probably 3 in the field that I could see were driving within themselves because they knew mathematically what they had to do. But nonetheless, you still had to be there. So, and yet it was all the work you had to do before that.
Yeah,
So
that's true, bro. And I did sort of, I was thinking near the end there, you know, it's like I haven't made a mistake. That's good.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was holding out. I was just keeping an eye on that gap. Back to Steve-O, actually. But yeah, but it was good not to have a mistake-free round, I suppose, because, you know, I'm a little bit hot and cold on those, aren't I?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, we weren't going to say anything, but now you mention it.
No, mate, it is what it is. There's plenty of streams on it, bro.
yeah. And enjoy it. It is, you know, it's not easy to earn the top spot in any of these classes, and you know, we'll catch up with you in a bit, and we'll toast some marshmallows over the top of that shitbox Lexus you drove full season.
Yeah. Well, there was a reason no one else chose it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Good stuff, mate.
It's
been a
fucking
pleasure.
old, mate. It's like you get rid of it.
It sounded cool.
Yeah, it did sound
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Nah, awesome,
Thanks,
mate.
guys.
Enjoy
Love
it,
your
mate.
work. Cheers for all the streams, boys.
Yeah.
They've been really great,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
It's been enjoyable to watch those back. So,
Yeah, no,
Nah,
awesome,
thank
mate.
you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Awesome,
Thanks,
fella.
Farmer. Thanks for watching,
Okay.
mate.
All right,
Cheers,
mate.
boys.
See you, bro.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right.
Brad.
Don't want that guy getting too comfortable, mate. He's really got
Yeah.
a seat in here.
Yeah.
And we'll
User was
grab
moved to your channel.
Brad Luck. Brad Luck. How did you get Brad Luck out of that? You got us on comms, mate?
Oh, mate, I'm here.
Mate,
Sounds like you're only just recovering.
I gotta say,
I want
man,
beer number 2.
I gotta say, congratulations. I'm a bit of a fanboy, mate. It might be starting to come across as on the stream a little bit, but the improvement that you've made in 22 from season 1 to season 2 is fantastic. A well-earned second position, could have nearly been first in the Pro-Ams.
Yep.
That's Farmer's fault.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, we did just mention that we need to toast some marshmallows on top of the Lexus, but no, hey, look, congratulations on that. That was a stunning drive tonight. You know, got past Dave Zero, clearly racing in the.
Just gave it to Dave Zero.
Yeah, but that wasn't a good thing for me. I wanted Dave to stick in front of me because I was dropping 10th. As soon as he was gone, I was dropping time.
Yeah.
I needed to sit on his ass for way longer. I needed him in the second stint.
Yeah.
He come back at you. He come back at you the last one, and I sort of went on board to see if you weren't short shifting, if there's any dramas going with fuel loads or something. But I think that was just him just having a charge back at you. But you know, I mentioned probably a couple of streams ago, you know, like a lot of sim races, you know, driving with confidence is key to the sport. And you look like for the better part of the season that you were doing it, you know, like a bit of self-belief, I think maybe, Brad, you know, you're potentially believing in the speed that you've got. If I look at your results, there's fifths and fourths. Obviously there's a couple of, a couple in there that,
we won't mention.
I'm slowly finding my rhythm. I'm getting there. It's taken a while. But I'm slowly finding my pace and trying to find that consistency with it. Like tonight was a bloody good race, but damn Farmer.
Solid. Good solid season, man. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Definitely enjoy it. Like I sort of said to the guys before you, anytime you make a podium in your respective category is a good season because, albeit it's it's a couple of months that you've got to try and commit and,
Oh.
and put the time in on a Tuesday and whatever other days you can find.
sure.
And you
Yep.
really started racing your way towards the back end of that pro class, you know, so you'd be doing well to stay inside that pro-am category next season. I think.
Oh, for sure. Like, mate.
The pros are freaks.
Yeah.
Well, you're right smack bang in the middle of them at the moment as a
Yep.
pro-am. So,
Yeah.
That first lap with Mudgy was fun.
Yeah, no, that did look like a lot of fun.
We were up on Helicam, we could see you guys bunching up there in that first lap, so yeah, some pretty epic stuff, man. And yeah, like J-Man just mentioned, good confidence to be able to, you know, battle on with those guys, you know, you being
I was
technically
carrying
a pro-am.
track cuts, mate.
I was going to say, yeah, so how many did you end up with?
Yes.
3.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I was sitting on 3. I got 2 like within 2 laps, the first 2 laps.
Ouch.
And I was very conscious of that on this track because you have to cut, you have to cut a lot of track to get a fast line.
Be fast, yeah.
And yeah, I knew I had to be careful, but yeah, I carried 3.
Yeah, and it's generally that inside curb at turn 4-5 that cops you, and you can't get out of it once it's done. By the time you realise you've cut, it's already done, isn't it?
Well, you've got to keep your foot up it.
Yeah.
You've really got to commit to it. So if you commit to it, you're going to get a cut.
Yeah, well, true racer right there.
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm super excited to see where Brad goes as far as his pace next season once we get going again.
2023, you're back again, obviously.
It was consistently improving all season long, so you know we need to have a pretty constructive and productive off season, I think, Brad, to keep that form up, mate. So
yeah, how do you choose a car?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's your job. I just come up here and talk shit. So
not the Lexus.
No, probably
not the Lexus. No,
we're going to burn them all, so you won't be able to. So
wouldn't be the first league that's burnt them either.
But congratulations on the P2, Brad. That's an awesome season, mate. Enjoy it. Yeah, and we'll no doubt see you back again here soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome, mate.
Nice work, Brad.
Cheers.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right.
Steve
Steve Melling. We'll grab Steve Melling down here. You got us on comm, Steve-o?
Yeah, mate. Hey, guys.
Hey, bro. Hey, mate. Congratulations on P3 and the Pro-Am Championship.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was a lot of hard work. Guys just had a lot of pace, and yeah, it was everything I had.
Yeah, it was a solid season, mate. You got to be there all season. Had some good results too, mate. You know, and some good phases of the race there. You know, like we saw you on your own there for a little bit, and then it crushed up. I think, who did I see? Was it Sam Carson? I think got a drive through. I think that crushed some stuff up. And then we saw the battle with you and Vaughan Martin, which was entertaining for a bit. And then you pressed on from there. So, yeah, congratulations, bro. And then the other thing as well is just like to thank you on all the support you give us, you know, in the back end and everything you've set up. You know, Steve is the main guy that sets up all the back end stuff on the servers every week. So really appreciate that, Steve-o. You know, without that, mate, this stuff doesn't happen.
It definitely doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's a pleasure when you get guys that turn up each week and they're in it for the long haul. They're obviously taking it seriously, and it shows. You know, when you hear Vic turn up and you can hear him say he's nervous, and he's got a lot of effort in, and you know, it's so well deserved when they obviously for Vic taking out Asrnz GT3 Season 2 Championship, which is no mean feat.
Definitely not.
Past champions that have put the effort in, they can respect how much effort Vic's had to put in. And at the last round, went under JB. It was a pretty solid effort. You know, he's obviously talking about being with a knife at a gunfight, but he was a worthy opponent at the end of it too, because Vic came in here and it was mathematical. We had to work it out. We've got 7 points, I think, provisionally at this point between Vic and JB for pros. We've got 3 points provisionally between Farmer and Brad for the Pro-Ams, and then we've got there's about 5 points between Lucas and Bob Laycock for the AM Championship.
Yeah,
So
nice,
going
close
down
stuff.
to the wire, which is really cool.
Yeah,
everyone had fun, and it makes it worthwhile when you
doesn't it, what, mate? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I just thoroughly enjoyed it all season, Steve-O. Like it's probably been the easiest season to commentate so far out of all the seasons that I've been a part of with the commentary team. Just so much fun. And then I guess, like I sort of always mention, as the season grows on, the story gets better, and like the racing that traditionally when it gets down to the last 5 minutes every Thursday night and it heats up, such as this championship battle that we saw go down to the wire. So many factors, we had attacking and defensive scenarios going on in there, and it just, there's never a dull moment with you boys on track. So yeah, appreciate it. And,
awesome stuff.
Thanks, big thanks to you guys as well, because huge part of it. The new guys that have come here, certainly loving professionalism that you guys bring and entertainment value.
Professional.
It's like the extra layers that you keep adding. Perhaps obviously your on-screen, overlays that just take it to a new level. I really appreciate that. The odd cameo from Dave with his lap, lap
video.
drive.
Yes,
that was to see that intermission. It's certainly maybe hang around and watch the intermission. I'm talking. You guys taking a break. I'm still watching.
And we've got to, of course, thank Chad as well.
Yeah, we've got to thank Chad.
Chad Naylon.
Chad.
Mad respect for that guy turning up every week.
Every week he turns up. Well done.
He's always on the piss.
I like the fact that he's always drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
He's a team player.
Interviews at the end of the night, really enjoy that. Get to hear your side of the story. And then you'd say watch it back after racing it and get to see how everyone else's night unfolded.
Yeah, of course.
It's enjoyable. It's obviously pretty tiring come Friday after staying up watching it.
Racing and then watching.
It's free will. I'm still choosing to do it. So, love every moment of it. It's been a great season, great year. Looking forward to what the new year brings.
Yes, 2023. Can't wait.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Dang, bro. Awesome,
absolutely.
Steve. We'll enjoy it, mate. Because that was outstanding. You still had to be there. You still had to, put it on. I know there were some mathematical things going on there, but you still had to put it on and bring the thing home. So congratulations on a P3. They're never easy to earn a podium at this place. So
this is all about just beating Vaughan Martin. Take that, Vaughan. I hope you're watching.
He'll be watching.
He did solid tonight. Actually, he was too fast for me, to be fair. He was up the road, and I was like, him and Farmer was just peeling away from me, and I couldn't quite get into the fives, but the 5 was a PB, pretty much. So started working it out on my own and just started plugging away really consistent in my lap times, and then it just was like PB, just a little bit at a time. And then he came out behind me in the pits, and I've been done before this season from him, where I get a blue flag out of the pits, and it's actually there's 2 cars. One of them's the blue flag, the next one's Vaughan. So this time I had to really try and look at my live data, my paddock course, my intuition, and go, I'm shutting the door. I reckon it's Vaughan, and it was. So it was lucky, man, because from that point on he had pace on me. Then I started, got to use my lines once he stopped putting his nose in a few spots, and then I managed to say hit my PBs again and
start moving forward.
Start just chipping away, and then Farmer was keeping an eye on me because I was slowly catching him a little bit, but he was way too far up the road. But it was still important because if he had lost to me, it would have been even closer between him and Brad, I imagine. So
for sure,
he was definitely keeping himself clear of me. But no. So even though it seemed like a lonely race for some of it, it was like, man, I don't think I've ever been so focused on my data.
Yeah. Nice, good work, man. And so no, I like I said, thoroughly enjoyed streaming it with Davo this season, Steve.
Absolutely.
And, thanks to you, mate. And
cheers, boys. Appreciate it.
I'll
let you wrap it up. I'll jump out. I'll grab my beers on the way. Thanks, boys.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen.
Yes, Steve.
User left your channel.
All right, Davo, and to you, my
There we
friend.
go. Yes.
Thank you very, very much for everything you do in
awesome.
the box, mate.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome,
Even though
J-Man.
you don't pick up your fucking bottle tops and stuff, and you drop peanuts and stuff, mate.
No.
For the amount of stuff that you do, I'm willing to just let that go.
I don't know who empties these ashtrays, but you know they're just empty when I come back. So I love that. But yeah, that's yeah. Look, it's been awesome, man. Great to. We haven't had you in the box for bloody nearly over a year. I think it has been. So yeah, it's been great to have you back. The season's been awesome. Not long enough, J-Man.
No,
That's one thing I will say just quickly is
we've
8
got to
rounds.
get our majority votes in there for 12 weeks next season.
No, we're only just getting warmed up, people. But yeah, look, awesome. Just got to thank all the drivers, everybody that's participated, not just this series, but the whole year. And, you know, look, just made 2022 what it is. We've, you know, challenged ourselves with another platform. The boys did a little bit of a 8-round on the AMS2, which was awesome. We streamed that, so that was really good. And obviously thank all the viewers, J-Man, that have tuned in throughout the year, because we were on Twitch and then we moved to YouTube. You guys have followed us around and stuck with it and kept watching, so awesome stuff.
Bloody stalkers, thank you.
Yeah, oh, look, we love it. Click all the buttons, just put it in stalk mode. You're welcome.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and yeah, obviously, quick thank you to Asrnz again and everybody that helps put this stuff together, because you know, look, that's what we're all here for. Thursday nights, it just wouldn't be the same without a race going on. So,
hell no.
Yeah, there you go. It's been a long stream. We just had to get a few heads in the door and have a bit of a chit chat, J-Man. But yeah, it's been awesome to have you back again at the end of this year and for this season, Matt. No doubt you'll be joining me.
I'm back. I'm back again next season, mate.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are.
Sure.
Yes. Hey, look, and stay tuned, everyone, because over the Chrissy New Year's break, you know, there'll be something going on. The boys will be on holidays. They've got nothing to do. There'll be a race here and there, and no doubt we'll jump in on it. And you might see it live come up in your stream. So follow.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Appreciate it, Davo, mate. I like I said, I had a ball. Can't wait for the next one.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, J-Man. Let's call it there, and we'll see you in 2023.
Ciao.
Good night, everyone.